All right. I believe I'm live. And I'm having some technical difficulties. As I created this live stream, I made it for members only. Like only the members could respond or leave messages in the chat room. And for some reason, I can't turn it off. I, I wanted to see if I could change those settings mid stream, like maybe have members only for the first few minutes. Okay. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Joseph. On my screen it says here. I'll show it to you. I'll show it to you. Welcome back. Welcome back to the stream, everybody. I want to open up the floor, open up the chat room to the followers of the channel, to the subscribers of the channel. I'm tired of responding to these people. Y'all see that? You see right here where it says members only mode is on. Only members of this channel can send messages, but everybody can send messages. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's doing that. See, I get like glitches like this all the time with YouTube. It's a weird little platform that they have. But anyways, let me change my screen back. Yeah, I want to deal with this video that this guy made. I know some of you've already listened to this video. It's not a long video. You've listened to it already, and you're ready. You're prepared to combat some of the crazy things that he said on this video. So I invited him to this live stream. Okay. I don't want to keep him waiting too long. Now, wait a minute. See, my computer is all over the place here. Okay, I think I'm good. Okay, here, yeah. I can just respond to my own comment, I guess maybe from my other channel. I don't know how that's gonna work. Yeah. Wow, okay. Y'all see that? I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm on my new channel. I'm on I Hate Dogs 3, but I just posted a comment as I Hate Dogs. But anyways, this guy uploaded this video about a year ago. Currently it has over 500,000 views. Over 500,000 views. Okay? You can say that this is a well-respected video, regardless of what you think about the guy. There's clearly been a lot of people who shared this video. It's made some rounds in the dog groups, the forums and whatnot. And he made some statements on here. Again, let me just say, I'm going to chime in myself, but I primarily want to hear your thoughts about what this man has said. And this will give me a good idea of how strong everybody else is when it comes to deconstructing their, what I view as propaganda. I view everything he's talking about here as deceptive propaganda that's untrue. He's saying things that's simply not true. And I believe that he's making things up. Now, I'm not going to play this whole video. I'm going to get straight to the point. I want you to hear this here. He said, "What isn't turning on?" Listen to what he says here.
And horrible scratches all over them. That's from Crazy Puppy Teeth.
Whoa.
and mouthing, and young dog being. So first, let's talk about what isn't turning on the owner. What isn't turning on the owner is a young dog being crazy and nipping and jumping and mouthing. And I'll have clients come out here, especially when they're older and thin, their skin gets a little thinner. They'll have cuts and horrible scratches all over them. That's from crazy puppy teeth. I think we all know that's not turning on the owner. Okay, here's another thing that...
Okay, wait. He said that's crazy puppy teeth. That's not turning on your owner. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I'm not that familiar with dogs. But if this involves an attack in any way, a bite in any way, and really if it's uncomfortable physical contact, it should be viewed as an attack. If you get a bunch of scratches from a person, you're not going to look at it as nothing, as irrelevant. In many cases, it could be viewed as assault, especially if you have lesions and scratches and whatnot all over your body. That's not something you should dismiss. Now, what if that dumb dog was doing that to a baby or something? Probably leave a lot more than a few scratches. But I question that. What do y'all think about that? He's saying that's not an attack. That's not an example of a dog turning on its owner. Okay, now, on its face, I gave that a pat. When I first watched this, I said, okay, whatever. But listen to what he says or what he talks about next. I'm going to skip over some of this. Listen to this.
That's the dog trying to hurt you. All right. Here's the 3 ways a dog can turn on its owner. One is common. The other 2 are very, very uncommon. Okay.
One is common. The other 2 are very uncommon. 3 ways or reasons why a dog will turn on its owner. Okay?
The first one, turning on its owner, is redirected aggression during walks, generally, or at fences.
Redirected aggression during walks or at fences. Now, I want to slow down. I want to slow down with that one. Do any of you agree with that? Do you believe that that's even a common reason why people are attacked by their own dog? Because of now you know what redirected aggression is, when the dog is trying to attack something else and you intervene. That could involve yanking on the dog's collar. You know, it tries to chase a rabbit or whatever and you yank it and then it turns and attacks you. Now, if you agree with him, don't you feel like you're making a wild guess? Because we have collected no evidence to suggest that that is even common. We just haven't. I can't even say that the majority of attacks were or took place when the owner was walking the dog, because a lot of attacks happen inside the home where you're obviously not taking the dog on any type of walk. That's what I thought when I first heard him say that. Like, how did you find that out? Does any of you know how to find something like that out? Because it's never indicated in the attack reports. So where is he getting that from? Where is he getting that from? I thought that was speculation, but let's move on.
That is a turn. The dog is attacking the owner's leg. It is a big deal. It is not as big of a deal as the other 2. And it's frustration and it's redirection. Okay? And
he said it's frustration. Okay?
And how you deal with that is you don't let them get that frustrated. I know it's easier said than done. A dog has never redirected on me on a walk. Thousands of dogs, thousands of leash reactive dogs, they have never turned and attacked my leg. Even the dogs that come out here for that. You know why? Because my doorway method. Because my walk out to the street, and the dog goes, oh my God, I'm so excited. And I go, okay, we're going back into the property, or you're going back into the house. Okay, I'm calm. Okay, get a little more in the street. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, we're going back.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Whoa. People, what is he talking about? What is he talking about? I'm sorry, he lost me. I thought he was talking about redirected aggression. Am I tripping? No, I'm not. You see let's go full screen. You see the cursor, right? It says redirected aggression. He has not given an example of redirected aggression. Have y'all noticed that? Have y'all noticed? Oh my goodness. I thought I was losing my mind when I first heard this.
Direction. Okay, and how you deal with that is you don't let them get that frustrated. I know it's easier said than done. A dog has never redirected on me on a walk. Thousands of dogs, thousands of leash reactive dogs, they have never turned and attacked my leg. Even the dogs that
turned and attacked my leg. Why is it so difficult to understand what it sounds like he doesn't know what redirected aggression is.
Very uncommon. Okay. The first one, turning on its owner, is redirected aggression during walks, generally, or at fences. That is a turn. The dog is attacking the owner's leg. It is a big deal. It is not as big of a deal as the other two. And it's frustration and it's redirection. Okay, and how you deal with that is you don't let them get that frustrated. I know it's easier said than done. A dog has never redirected on me on a walk. Thousands of dogs, thousands of leash reactive dogs, they have never turned and attacked my leg. Even the dogs that come out here for that. You know why? Because my doorway method. Because my walk out to the street.
He said because of my doorway method. My doorway method. I want y'all to understand everything this guy is saying, or at least to hear what he's saying. I don't want nothing to sound like mumbling.
Here for that. You know why? Because my doorway method. Because my walk out to the street, and the dog goes, oh my God, I'm so excited. And I go, oh.
He said a dog goes, oh my God, I'm so excited. That's not redirected aggression. Listen to this.
Okay, we're going back into the property, or you're going back into the house. Okay, I'm calm. Okay, get a little more in the street. Oh, I'm so excited.
He said, get a little more in the street. Oh, I'm so excited. He still hasn't described redirected aggression. Wait a minute.
Okay, we're going back. They don't ever build up to that point where redirection on your leg is almost even possible.
Why is he so fixated on the leg? A dog, especially depending on what type of dog you have, can bite you anywhere. Even if you're standing up, they can leap and bite your face. I don't know why he's fixated on the leg, but whatever.
Possible. It's never happened to me. Because of the method. Okay. So,
because of the method. Okay.
Oh, they're out of their minds at that moment. Luckily, they come down, right? Usually. The other way is to hold them. I mean, it's hard, especially with a big dog, is you hold them far enough away where they attack your leg and you do this. But you can only do that with a small dog, really. Okay? All right, so that is number one. That is the most common turn on their owner. Okay? And some of us would say, yeah, it's not really turning on your owner. But technically it is. I mean, they'll sink their canines in sometimes. And they're out of their minds. They're not in a normal state of mind. Okay? And we have to understand that. All right, so I told you how to deal with it, and that is right on the line of turning on the owner, but I think it technically is turning on their owner. It is. It truly is. All right, the other way is a mental illness.
Okay, stop. No, sir. You're not getting away with that. You're not getting away with that, buddy. Let's back that up. Back that on up. That's right. That's right. Because I know everybody in the chat room noticed this as well. Did y'all notice he did not once give an example of redirected aggression? Redirected aggression always involves other animals, other targets that the dog is going after, that the dog's trying to attack. Always, always. He only gives a description of a dog getting excited for absolutely no reason. He said himself going out into the street, oh, I'm getting excited. My doorway method. What are you talking about? I couldn't even respond. It did not even describe redirected aggression, because there's nothing you can do to stop redirected aggression. If you go out to walk your dog and a rabbit runs by and the dog tries to attack the rabbit and you try to stop the dog, it can turn and try to attack you. There's nothing you can do to stop that. Nothing. He said the solution is to not let the dog get that excited. You can't control that. This goes back to that arrogance that I talk about a lot, where they think they can have complete control over a dog's brain. What in the world? Isn't that crazy? Okay. That is crazy. Now, I'm going to look for a way. I want to make the chat full screen. How can I? Let me see this. Oh, yeah. Okay. Because I want this guy to read these messages. You think it's just a control freak? That's what it felt like. But where is he getting this information from? We're not hearing this in the attacks, and we cover all the attacks. I go over them. Not even all of them, but I go over the ones that have the most detail. I really don't go over the ones where it say, oh, somebody was attacked. It's a couple sentences long, that's the end. I usually never report on those. I only share the ones where there's a lot of detail, a lot of information. And we don't hear this. So where is he getting this information from? What is he, some type of detective? I'm sorry, I was not convinced. Even as a dog culture critic, I know I have to give you an F. You failed that one, buddy. You didn't even describe a real attack. Redirected aggression. It always involves another target. The dog is trying to attack something else, and you intervene, and it redirects its aggression that it had for that target towards you. Nothing you can do to stop that. Now, I told y'all, in my opinion, these people are not true professionals, because too much of that, what they say, is guesswork, where they're literally being creative and making things up, making up their own statistics, because he has not found this out. Do you notice he don't show any statistics? He don't show any articles. Why not show a multitude of reports where they're, saying that, hey, I was out, my dog went to attack something and I tried to stop it and the dog attacked me. It's very easy to get a report of redirected aggression, because the owner will tell you, like, yeah, I was walking my dog. Another dog ran by, a rabbit, whatever, tried to attack. I stopped the dog, then it attacked me. Very simple. But how often do we hear that? How often do we hear that, people? Virtually never. So where is he getting this super information from? Where is he getting this information from? Stop it. Wow. Okay, let's move on. You failed that, buddy. Now he says his next one is mental illness. People, now, before he even gets started, How did he find that out? I want to ask the people before I get started. He says another common reason or whatever why a dog would turn on its owner is because of mental. How did he discover that? Okay, let's listen.
Other way is a mental illness. I've seen this. I saw this 6 months ago. I didn't have a filmer here. This lady showed up because she says, my dog. You ever seen that video of that lady on a bed and that pit bull's growling in her face? I think everybody's seen that.
Now, we've all seen that, right? The black girl, young black girl, the video comes, as soon as the video comes on, the dog is in her face, growling, baring its teeth, and she's like, no, stop, look, calm down. That's the video he's talking about.
That is a mentally ill dog.
Now, how does he know that? How did he find that out? These are honest questions, buddy. Honest questions. It's not an attack. Nothing like that. How did he find that out, people? That's the question that I asked when I heard this. And I need an answer to that. Because I want to know how to find something like that out myself. How did he find that out? Did you study that particular dog's brain? Is that dog even dead yet? Okay. Let's continue.
Something switched. There's mental illness in dogs. There's mental illness in people. There's bipolar. There's schizophrenia. There's all these things. Dogs have it. That, I believe, is...
Dogs have it? What? How do we know when they have it? When they snap and attack you? Well, it's too late then. I'm sorry, at this point in the video, I felt like he was all over the place. Dogs have it. What do you mean dogs have it? Like, what do you mean dogs are mentally ill? Okay. That's a revelation, isn't it? Don't you think you should tell or inform more important people in society about that? Yeah, Sibby Red said, whoa, what a claim. What a claim. Like, what are you talking about there, buddy? Okay, let's continue. It's getting weird, but let's continue.
Is a mentally ill dog. I don't know the backstory there. That's what happened to this dog that came out. So the lady comes out, she tells...
He said, I don't know the backstory there with that black girl, with that dog. You don't know the backstory. So how do you know it was a case of mental illness? Because if you ask me what it was typical dog behavior of a dog displaying dominance. That's what they do in dog packs. They will try to intimidate each other. That's how they establish who's the alpha, who's not. And there's also different ranks within the dog pack. It's not just an alpha and all the rest of them. So all they do is fight. All they do is intimidate and growl and bare their teeth. That's typical dog behavior. That's what I saw. And, I don't feel qualified to stretch any further than that. I haven't studied that dog's brain, and I'm not no scientist. What are you talking about, man? What in the world? What's going on, people? We have been sent to take these people down. Come on, man. Don't lie to us like this. It sounds like you making things up. Now, unless you could inform us how you found this out, this is some wild guesses.
Tell me how her dog does this. I don't see it. Dog seems fine. Dog meets my dog. Dog seems all right. We go down to my office where you see me film sometimes, right, with the killer whale picture in the back. We're sitting there and we're talking, and the dog's being pretty good, but we got to talk through this. I then get up. I take a step kind of around the dog. I don't touch the dog, and the dog loses its mind, and it tries to attack me. I think it was on a leash, or maybe it was in a muzzle at that point, and you could see it in his eyes. The dog went somewhere else for no reason.
Whoa. You say you could see it in its eyes? Really? Like, why don't you show us some pictures of the what? Anyways, let's continue.
And I'm like, holy mackerel, that was insane. Then we go up to the car. He calmed down. We put him in the car. She's about to get in, and he attacks her at the window. It was the craziest dog switch I've ever seen, by far. Because mental illness is not that common.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Wait a minute. This happens all the time. Dogs do this all the time. They'll just attack for no reason. So you saying it's always a case of mental illness? Okay, but how did you find that out? How did you discover that? And if that's true, then wow, it's like millions of cases of mental illness for dogs per year. Can anybody explain this? So the only reason for him to say the dog is ill would be to garner sympathy for the dog and make us buy drugs for the dog. Oh my goodness. It's not a mental health issue. It's the dog's normal behavior, said Sam. And that's what I thought. That's just regular dog behavior. Everything is a matter of perspective. Hard to talk to nutters when they're living in another world. Okay, so I cannot read anybody's comment that helped me to better understand where he's coming from or how he got this information, how he discovered this. I thought, hey, maybe there's something I don't know. Maybe there's a way to find all these things out. He's talking about mental illness now, and the dogs have mental illness, and that's why they turn on their owners. How are you finding this out? And why is it a mental illness when they turn on their owners? Their owner is nothing in the dog's mind but a provider of food, which is the same as an alpha. When the alpha is done eating, the next dog in rank eats. So in dog packs, sometimes those dogs challenge the alpha. So when your dog attacks you, that's normal dog behavior. That's what they do. And I think the statistics prove that. Let's just say 5 million. We're at 5 million per year at this point. Reported dog bites every year. Okay, those are the same scenarios that he's talking about. He talked about a dog that snapped at a woman, didn't actually maul and attack her. So that happens all the time, and that's a case of mental. Okay, so we can say that all 5 million are mental illness cases. Man, how on earth are you finding this out? This sounds like wild guesses. And notice, he's not showing anything. Like, you need some type of presentation here, man. Listen to how, it gets worse. Listen to this.
Dog switched. I said, ma'am, you have to take this dog to a vet immediately. This is super dangerous for you. You have to take him to the vet, sedate this dog. You need vet care right now. She left, she went to a vet. That dog switched. Something switched in his eyes. You can see it in the eyes. Big cats are the same way. If you're ever working with a big cat, they look up at you, you'll see their eyes completely change. They're about to attack. Dogs are less in the eyes, but it's there in the eyes.
He said it's with dogs, it's less in the eyes, but it's there in the eyes. Oh, okay. This just doesn't feel like valuable information. It doesn't. And he's saying that they'll just switch. Okay, why? Why? Have y'all noticed this whole section is called dog switch? He's saying that's one of the reasons why dogs attack their owners. Y'all see that, right? See how it says mental illness here? He's not talking about mental illness right now, people. He's saying that this is a dog switch. What? So they'll just switch and turn on you just for no reason, and their eyes will look funny when they do it? Listen to this.
It was the craziest dog switch I've ever seen, by far, because mental illness is not that common. Dog switched. I said, ma'am, I said,
he said mental illness is not that common. So he's moving from mental illness to now he's talking about dog switch. I've never even heard about this. Dog switch. What? Okay.
Dog switch I've ever seen, by far, because mental illness is not that common. Dog switched. I said, ma'am, I said, you have to take this dog to a vet immediately. This is super dangerous for you. You have to take him to the vet, sedate this dog. You need vet care right now.
A vet for what? What is the vet going to do? He said to sedate it, to put it to asleep. Are you saying to euthanize it? I didn't get that. What is he? I didn't get that. Sedate it. Okay. Put it asleep. Then what? Are you saying euthanize it? That's not the same as sedate. I didn't get that. If any of you got that, please enlighten me. Maybe everybody understands. I don't. Please help me out.
She left. She went to a vet. That dog switched. Something switched in his eyes. You can see it in the eyes. Big cats are the same way. If you're ever working with a big cat and they look up at you, you'll see their eyes completely change. They're about to attack. Dogs are less in the eyes, but it's there in the eyes. They go somewhere else. Okay? So that would be mental illness, schizophrenia, bipolar. That would be the other way. And the last way...
What? Oh, God. What? Okay. All right, buddy.
Is pain or injury. So people come out and they say, my kid was going up to my dog to pet it and my dog lunged at my kid. Okay? Now, by the way, none of this is really normal behavior.
Whoa. Stop. This section is titled Injury. He gave a description of a dog with a pain in its ear or whatever. What did he say?
My kid was going up to my dog to pet it and my dog lunged at my kid. Okay? Now, by the way, none of this is...
Okay, so he's saying that if the dog's injured, we've heard that before. Okay, again, I'm asking, how'd you find that out? How'd you find that out? After dogs attack their owners, the only thing I ever hear is that the owner doesn't know why. The people in the home don't know why. And they will say that it's never shown aggression, it's never act like that before. That is the most common narrative in dog attacks. So how are you finding all of this out is all I'm asking. Okay? Because if you can't explain how you're getting this information, I'm forced to believe you're making it up. That you're just saying things that you think sounds good. You're being creative. Okay? I'm just being honest. This is not an attack. But you never explain how you're gathering this information. So nobody has a reason to believe you.
Really normal behavior. Your dog biting you should absolutely never happen on a walk towards kids. Like, none of this should, it's serious business. All three of these forms of turning on the owner, okay, is injury. I've seen dogs, they have ear infections. They know the kid's going to come up and go like this on their head. How about a dog with some sort of back injury or leg injury?
Whoa. Did he say that the dog will know that the kid is going to come up and rub and shake their head?
I know these forms of turning on the owner, okay, is injury. I've seen dogs, they have ear infections.
Wait a minute. He said he's seen dogs with ear infections. This is what he's saying, people. I'm not putting words in his mouth. Do you believe him?
They know the kid's going to come up and go like this on their head.
He said he's seen this. And the dog attacked? Okay. Do y'all believe him? I'm finding this hard to believe.
How about a dog with some sort of back injury or leg injury? I know I mentioned kids a lot.
He said, how about a dog with a leg injury or back injury? Doesn't it sound like he's making this up? Because he's not sharing any stories. You know, like I do. You don't have to be creative if you simply have the reports. You just share the reports. The reports speak for themselves. We're not hearing this. He's just hypothetically speaking. Is he not? Isn't that what he's doing? Rambling? Yes. Just making things up. Word salad. This is listen, I want to keep it respectful. I invited him to the live stream, but buddy, you're confusing a lot of people who follow this dog culture, who know this dog culture very well. Myself included. I'm totally confused. Let's back this up just a little bit.
On the owner, okay, is injury. I've seen dogs, they have ear infections. They know the kid's going to come up and go like this on their head.
How would a dumb dog know that? How would a dumb... Let's listen.
A dog with some sort of back injury or leg injury. I know I mentioned kids a lot because dogs interpret kids and puppies as haphazard.
Hold up, buddy. Hold on there, buddy. You just said something there, buddy. Let's back that up. Back that on up. Y'all hear that? Let's listen again.
Kids a lot because dogs interpret kids and puppies as haphazard. So kids will fall. When my kids were
Oh, whoa. You're saying that dogs interpret kids as haphazard? Do y'all believe that? He said that dogs know that kids will fall. Do y'all believe that? Do y'all think dogs are that smart? Okay, that's what he's saying. Let's continue.
4 and I have a 5-year-old now, but my 11-year-old boy would fall a lot. And dogs know that. They are like, this kid's gonna possibly fall on me with.
Isn't this like groundbreaking revelation or discovery right here? He said that dogs know that kids are gonna fall on them. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. We got a well-known dog trainer up in here that we're trying to converse with. He said that dogs know that kids are going to fall on them. Do y'all believe that? Okay, y'all not being serious. Y'all not being serious right now, and I understand. This is why I responded to this, sir. It's hard to take this seriously. That's why people are making jokes in the chat room. I'm sorry, sir. And I can't blame them for making jokes. I really can't, because, we're serious all the time. We need to lighten up. And this is very fun to hear a well-known dog trainer saying this stuff is really mind-blowing.
40
So the
dog biting you.
Sorry, the magical dog is aware. It knows that kids fall on them. All right.
Should absolutely never happen on a walk towards kids. Like, none of this should ever. It's serious business. All three of these forms of turning on the owner, okay, is injury. I've seen dogs, they have ear infections. They know the kid's going to come up and go like this on their head. How about a dog with some sort of back injury or leg injury? I know I mentioned kids a lot because dogs interpret kids and puppies as haphazard. So kids will fall. When my kids were 4, and I have a 5-year-old now, but my 11-year-old boy would fall a lot. And dogs know that. They're like, this kid's going to possibly fall on me with 40 pounds. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to proactively say, get out of here. Never happened to my kid, but they know puppies and kids fall and jump and lunge and have no boundaries for space, so they proactively say, get out of here.
Y'all catch that? Y'all caught that? He said that dogs are aware that kids don't respect boundaries.
And they know puppies and kids fall and jump and lunge and have no boundaries for space, so they proactively say, get out of here.
How do you know? How do you know? How did you find that out? How did you discover that dogs know that? And listen, you're going to also have to prove that kids fall on dogs a lot. That's like a rare thing. How are you finding this out? Do you have cameras set up in people's homes? How are you finding this out, buddy? That's all I'm asking. That's my personal question, okay? Other people ask their own questions. Because this is some, this is some serious discovery or research. The man has skills, however he's finding this out.
So injury, ear infections. How about tooth pain? How about back injuries?
How about you stop making things up or throwing out hypotheticals and show us some actual reports? How about that? How about that? I am used to seeing evidence. You see, if you were to just show us a bunch of reports in 12 minutes, man, you can show at least 50. And that's kind of taking your time. 50 reports, and let's say all 50 are within 2022 or say all of the dog attacks in 2022, and you prove that 80% of them were a case where a child fell on a dog, then you would have something. How could anybody refute you? You have the stories right there in their face where it says the kid was walking, tripped, fell on top of the dog. I mean, we don't even have reports of kids falling on dogs. The media doesn't report stuff like that. Families don't share information like that. So how are you finding this out? Is all I'm asking. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's let them finish.
How about if you go up to your dog and they're hurting, but you're gonna pick them up? How about, okay, this is
so you're saying that these are the reasons why dogs attack their owners? It seems like you're just making things, like you're guessing. putting a bunch of hypotheticals and saying that this is why they attack their owners without having discovered any of this. Okay, that looks bad. Okay, that looks bad. I don't care how many people give you a thumbs up and give you some views. That's bad.
On the injury front, Southern California, everyone brings their dog to restaurants and bars. And I would be walking my little kids through a restaurant, and there's a dog just laying in the middle of the walkway. And I'm thinking to myself, your dog better be able to have a child fall on them while they'll be sleeping there and not turn and bite the kid. Because kids fall all the time. So people bring their dogs to restaurants and they just let their dog lay there. Kids fall. So of course, I don't know. So I'm like, okay, dog's in the walkway, but we've got to pick the kid up and avoid the dog. It's silly, but dogs will bite when they're fell on. So you got to be careful of injury. So take the dog to...
Now, you're talking about kids. But the title of this video is Why Dogs Turn on Their Owners. Somehow he's segueing squeezed kids. Kids are not the owners of these dogs. Especially, he's talking about toddlers. Kids that don't have their balance yet. That's why they fall a lot, by the way. They're not falling just because they're stupid. Their equilibrium, their balance, their muscles is not fully developed yet. But you're very young when you go through that period. Those are not the owners of the dogs. That's a whole different type of dog attack. So, how am I supposed to even accept that? Like, how do you... I don't get that. Okay, now he's talking about dog attacks on kids, and he's saying that most of the attacks happen because kids fall on the dogs? Again, how'd you find that out? How'd you find that out, buddy? Do you know how hard I look for information? Details on dog attack cases. I'm not finding this. Where are you finding it?
To the vet. If looks like and it might do it from far away. As you approach, it growls at you. It's like, no, it's like, get away from me, even though you're 10 feet away. So a vet visit is very important for bodily pain. Okay? So that is my answer to that gentleman about turning on their owners. I thought about this for like 10 minutes before this video. If you know another situation besides mental problems, besides physical pain, and besides redirection during a heightened state where they're out of their minds for a brief period of time, let me know on turning on their owners.
Out of their minds for a brief period of time. He's definitely not talking about bully breeds. He basically... What? Whoa. I'll give you a reason. No reason at all. They turn on their owners just to establish dominance. Because that's what dogs do. That's what they understand. That's what they do. They turn on them to show them who's the boss. That's why. They turn on them because dogs are mutants. Yeah? And the very fact they're a mutant, that's why they don't need a reason. You're talking as if dogs are somehow human with a state of consciousness that's acceptable for humans. No. Dogs naturally, it's part of their nature to attack, to bite, to bully. That's why they attack, because it's natural to them. Now, as far as why they attack their owners, your guess is as good as mine. Because there's really no reason for a dog to do that. But when they do attack their owners, I'm telling you, I'm not asking you nothing. Nothing is wrong with that dog. Nobody is aware of no injury that the dog has. Nobody says nothing about no injury. You don't hear nothing from no doctor, nobody, nowhere. Speaking of the doctor, you know how after dogs attack, they are quarantined while they conduct an investigation? If a dog had an injury, wouldn't they find that out during the investigation? Don't you think they would share that information? Oh, we found the dog had a cyst, etc., etc. Stuff like that, usually the owners are aware of it. And they are quick to share that information. Oh, the dog had a tumor on its brain. It just came out of the hospital. They will share that information. But they don't. So where are you getting it from? I'm sorry, but this felt insulting. This felt insult. It feels insulting for a person like myself. I go out of my way to not just talk, to actually show, to put things before the people that you can see for yourself. Because it's only through doing that can you truly enlighten people or be factual. You can, or even be persuasive. You really can't persuade people without some information. Now, those people who do follow you, even though you don't show any information to back up your claims, I truly feel sorry for those people. Truly. And hey, make your money, make your living. I'm not going to, try to wake them up. Hey, knock yourself out. I'm just a person with questions. I don't agree with anything you said. And I'm giving you more reasons why these things attack. They are, when they make the dog attack reports, they never talk about the dogs having an injury, nursing an injury, having an ear infection. This dog switch that you're talking about, that's never mentioned. That the dog was, I don't even know what that is. Mental illness. That information is never shared. I've never reported on a dog attack where they found that it had a mental illness. So I'm not just going to believe you because you think that it sounds good to assume that they had a mental illness. You have absolutely no evidence to back up what you're saying. None. And listen, man, that's why the dog culture is it's crumbling right now. Nobody's attacking you or nothing like that. We're just asking questions. What you're saying does not add up. In this section you have right here on redirected aggression, you should remove this video because of this. This video is only a year old. It hasn't been up that long. Remove this because this is bad. That section makes you look very bad because you never give an example of redirected aggression. I don't know where you got this idea that a common reason why people are attacked by their own dogs is because dogs, for no reason, get excited and turn and bite their owner's leg just for no reason. That's literally what you explained in that section. Never did you speak of a scenario of a dog attacking something else and the owner trying to stop it. Face palm. So wow, I had to share this video. Had to share this video. And I'm working on trying to make improvements to my channels, always trying to make improvements. There's this software. It's not OBS. Many of you know I use OBS. There's another one where you can project the comments that the people make in the chat room onto the live stream. And hopefully I can get that figured out. And hopefully I hear from Joel Beckman. You know, you asked us some questions and I answered. Okay? Dogs understand dominance. It doesn't take much intelligence to understand dominance. And with dogs, they either submit to you or they dominate you. And when they dominate you, those are usually people who raise the dogs with hugs and kisses and let the dog on their bed and all this kind of crazy stuff. Those people are at the highest risk of being attacked by their dog, because those dogs are more likely to try to assume the position of the alpha. But this redirected aggression, I just don't know where that's a guess. I think at this point in the conversation, you have to admit that you are making guesses. You have to admit you are making guesses. I'll take a few guesses at it. You were guessing. And for a professional to do that, rather than show real information, I mean, I don't feel comfortable without showing some type of information. That's all I build my argument on. It's always in line with the facts, with the reports, etc. But I'm the bad guy, and these are the heroes of the world. Okay. I'll roll with that. Shout out to everybody able to join me. And if you have any questions for Mr. Beckman, feel free to ask. And I hope to see you all on the next live stream as we continue with this crusade.